At least in the three states of Chhattisgarh, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, the BJP seeming to rely solely on the Modi factor. Well, will it work for the BJP or backfire? It didn't quite work in the state of Karnataka, but the states of Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Rajasthan, political landscape very different from that of Karnataka. And can the Congress keep the election, the campaign local in the face of the campaigner-in-chief? Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Let's take these questions to our panelists this evening. Joining me, Syed Zafar Islam, Bharatiya Janata Party spokesperson, Sanjay Kumar, co-director, Lokniti, CSDS psephologist, Amitabh Tiwari, political analyst, Salman Soz, Congress spokesperson. Mr. Zafar Islam, I'd like to begin with you, but would you humor me for just about a minute? I want you to hear a reaction of one of your very, very senior leaders, self-admittedly, as what he said, on what he said yesterday after he was given what is a coveted ticket in Madhya Pradesh. Listen in, sir, coming right back to you.
अंदर से खुश नहीं, सच कह रहा हूँ, इसलिए कि मेरी लड़ने की इच्छा ही नहीं थी, एकदम 1% भी इच्छा नहीं थी। एक माइंडसेट होता है ना लड़ने का, अपने को तो जाना भाषण, अब बड़े नेता हो गए, अब हाथ जोड़ने का जाते, तो भाषण देना और निकल जाना, भाषण देना और निकल जाना, ये सोचा था हमने तो प्लान ये बनाया था कि रोज 8 सभा करनी है, 5 हेलीकॉप्टर से और 3 कार से। पर आप जो सोचते वो होता क्या, भगवान की जो इच्छा होती वही होता है।
सैयद जफर इस्लाम, आपने तो उनका प्लान ही खराब कर दिया। इस्लाम साहब, उनका तो प्लान बहुत क्लियर था कि भाषण देना है, निकल जाना है, बहुत सीनियर नेता है, मन ही नहीं है चुनाव लड़ने का। Why give a ticket to somebody who really has no zeal to fight it?
You must understand, he only said that what his plan was. But he said it is finally decided by the God, or, I mean, basically meant the party decides the responsibility what is to be given to each karyakarta. He is a karyakarta at the end of the day, from Prime Minister to a worker a small worker in the village. They are all treated as karyakartas. And every karyakarta has been given the responsibility by the party. He may have planned something, but doesn't matter. I mean, he is jokingly saying all those things. It's not a serious conversation. He's talking to his friends and his supporters.
Sir, not friends.
And he's a very popular leader in Madhya Pradesh. Everybody knows that he's come from Indore.
No, Mr. Islam. No. This is not a casual conversation that was recorded between friends. This is a practical sabha which he's addressing. And he's saying, मन ही नहीं है, मैं सच बताऊं, मेरे दिल में मन ही नहीं है चुनाव लड़ने का.
Let me tell you that I know him very well. Few days ago we were together in Madhya Pradesh. I know him well. He is a very hard-working karyakarta of Madhya Pradesh. Everybody knows, including you know him, that he works very hard. He is a very popular leader of Madhya Pradesh, particularly in Malwa region. So he was addressing to the party karyakarta and supporter and his followers, and he said jokingly that he had no plan. Of course, he was not aware that because his son had fought the election last time, and he was given the responsibility, organization responsibility in Delhi, and made general secretary in charge of various states. So obviously, he was not expecting. But when the party decides, everyone is committed. They welcome the decision and they put their heart and soul to execute the party's command. So it is very unfair to say that he was not keen or he will not.
Sir, I am not.
Put his
Mr. Zafar Islam, no, don't say that it's unfair. I am quoting him verbatim, sir. But I will also tell you what, not just
so you have to understand,
not just Mr. Vijay Varghese, who was caught off guard, but all my colleagues in Madhya Pradesh have been trying to speak to Mr. Narendra Singh Tomar, Prahlad Singh Patel and Mr. Kulaste since yesterday after their names were announced. And sir, now this is what I'm saying, which was conveyed to my colleague, that everybody is in shock. They didn't even expect their names to be announced. But I'm going to come back to that question. But Salman Soz, the fact is, the Congress...
let me respond to that.
No, I'll come back to you, sir. I'll come back to you.
Can I just respond to that?
Let me open the debate out, with your permission, and I'll come back to you. Mr. Soz, the Congress has been very clear of trying to localize the election. You did it in Karnataka, of course, different political landscape where the Hindi heartland is concerned. But would you be, especially in a state like Madhya Pradesh, in a state like Rajasthan, keep an election local in the face of the Prime Minister? And don't give the example of Karnataka, sir. Very, very different topography.
Well, I won't give you just an example of Karnataka or Himachal Pradesh. I can just tell you that based on what we are learning from the ground, the BJP is going to lose all 5 states, and you can mark my words. Now, the BJP is clearly very ashamed of the record of Shivraj Singh Chauhan ji. They're also ashamed of Vasundhara Raje Scindia ji in Rajasthan. They're also ashamed of Raman Singh ji in Chhattisgarh. They're ashamed of all the stalwart leaders that they had at the state level because they know that they are losing badly. But not just that. Look at what has happened to the BJP. Not just internally, they also have taken up the battle against their allies. AIADMK in Tamil Nadu is no longer with them. They had a long-standing relationship with the Akali Dal in Punjab. They're not with them. They had a long-standing relationship with Shiv Sena. They're not with them. I think what has happened is that now BJP has become hum do, hamara koi nahi. Hum do, hamara koi nahi. They're just all about 2 people in BJP, and that is going to ensure their defeat. There is no chance for Mr. Modi and Mr. Amit Shah to win even 1 state in these assembly elections. Not right. 1 state.
But, Mr. Soz, you've given the example of the AIDMK or even the Akalis, but, if you look at that, it can cut both ways. Maybe that was the best way to go. 2019, out of where you're looking at the state of Tamil Nadu, the NDA with the AIDMK, the BJP won 1 seat. So really, they don't have much at stake at that. But yes, in terms of perception, you can use that. But in terms of what's happening on ground, very, very different. Maybe they'd do better apart. But having said that, right. But also,
sir, I would just say that if the whole idea is to keep your allies away, push your allies away, if the whole idea is to push your stalwart leaders away, then Mr. Modi and Amit Shah can try their luck, but they're going to be defeated, I think. And now, by the way, if all the money power and media power that is behind Mr. Modi, shouldn't Mr. Rajnath Singh, for example, shouldn't Mr. Nitin Gadkari, for example, they must be wondering, we wish we had this kind of marketing genius that Mr. Modi and Mr. Amit Shah have. Maybe they would have done better. Okay. They must be wondering. I'm sure they're wondering. They're very senior leaders.
But Mr. Soz, away from everybody wondering, the fact is the Congress also needs to wonder how in the Hindi heartland they've consistently lost support. And figures, sir, away from, yes, the BJP is pushing its allies away. Yes, but you've pushed your voters away in the Hindi heartland. Quoting some figures, 2000.
We're going to win.
Sir, I'm giving you.
I'm giving you some. We're going to win all 3 states.
Sir, right. I'm talking about general elections. 2009, you had 79 seats in the Hindi heartland. 2014, 8. 2019, 6. I agree.
I thought we were talking about the assembly elections. That's why you guys the debate,
but
right?
I agree with you, sir. And in 2018, you did win these 3 states. Yet, what turned off in 2019 was very different. We'll come back to that. Sanjay Kumar.
We'll come to that. We'll come to that.
Okay, I want to cut across to Sanjay Kumar. But while I go to Sanjay Kumar, if I can get a 1-line answer from you, Mr. Islam, is Shivraj Singh Chauhan be given a ticket? Will he be given a ticket, sir? Big question. Lots of speculation.
Why not? I'm sure.
Sir, can you say for sure?
You are speculating. We are not.
नहीं सर तो मिल रहा है शिवराज सिंह चौहान जी को टिकट
You may have doubt, we have none. You heard it or you haven't heard it. What I said, you may have doubt, we have none.
Sir, on what?
Hope
yes or no? Is he getting the ticket or not a ticket?
Answered your question. I said yes.
Okay, sir. Okay.
I said you may have doubt. We have absolutely no doubt.
Sir, of course we have doubts.
He will get the ticket.
I'll tell you why we have doubts.
He will fight the election.
He's
our leader.
Okay, I will tell you why we have doubts. Okay,
he's our leader. He has been chief minister for last 20 years.
True, sir. True. As I bring in Sanjay Kumar and Mr. Tiwari into this conversation,
I'll
tell you why we have doubts. I'll tell you why we have doubts. Last 3 election rallies, Mr. Islam, the Prime Minister has not even mentioned the incumbent Chief Minister. Therefore, we have doubts.
No, see, I mean, you shouldn't speculate. I think you should leave this who has been addressed, who has been named in the rally. Those things are
but Mr.
not
Islam,
very relevant.
The job of a political journalist is to speculate, sir. But okay, I want to... Right, sir, I'll come back to you. Sanjay Kumar, I want to bring you in on this.
I address your concern also.
So I'll come back to you. Address it in like exactly 2 minutes. Let me bring in our other two co-panelists into this debate. Sanjay Kumar, the second list of the BJP, out of now 78 seats have been announced for the Bharatiya Janata Party. If you look at the second list where 39 names were announced, especially in the areas where they've been distributed is where, when you look at the Chambal belt where the BJP is weaker, you have 3 cabinet ministers, you have 7 sitting MPs who've been fielded. So, the big guns are going to boom. Do you see this very smart strategy?
I don't know whether, I don't know whether it is a smart strategy or a poor strategy, but I'm not surprised because this is not the first time BJP has adopted this strategy. Remember in West Bengal, in Tripura, and several other states, they have adopted this strategy. They have fielded, cabinet ministers, they have fielded MPs even in the past election. Sometimes they have been successful and sometimes there have been failure. So it's very difficult to speculate at the moment whether it is a good strategy or a bad strategy. But I think it is important for all political parties to strategize. And if you are going to contest election, parties try to contest election to win election. So I think they are on the front foot. They're announcing the candidates, and these candidates who have been announced, yes, you may say that many of them are not available to your reporters for even a kind of a conversation or an interview. But my own sense is that this will allow these candidates to prepare for their elections in their own constituency. So I think whether a right move, correct move, or a wrong move, I think we have to wait and figure out
Sanjay
later.
Kumar, would you reckon it's the right move in the sense that somewhere down the line, if you're pulling out all the stops, bringing in 7 sitting MPs, is to test them in a Vidhan Sabha election, because in 4 months you know whether you need to field them in a Lok Sabha election or not?
See, we have been talking about that Vidhan Sabha election results has no impact on the Lok Sabha elections, and we keep citing 2018 assembly election result and what happened in 2019. My own sense is that 2023 and 2024 is not going to be the same. How parties are going to perform in 2023 elections will have some impact on 2024. Suppose BJP loses badly in 2023, it will have an impact on 2024. And that is why BJP don't want to leave any chances. They want to win these state assembly election at any cost. And second, I think the strategy, if the party doesn't want Shivraj Singh Chauhan to be projected as the chief minister, I think then it is a good strategy. Then you've
left the field open.
5, 6, 7 senior leaders. Yeah, let the field open. Let the field open. If there is any anxieties among the workers about Shivraj Singh Chauhan not being projected as the chief minister, but these 7, 8 big guns of the party in the state would try and neutralize that effect. So in that way, I think it is a good strategy from party's point of view.
Okay. Amitabh Tiwari, for somebody who studied various political seasons, I want to ask you, not a few years, but maybe a few decades ago, what is happening right now, some could suggest, is the Congressization of the Bharatiya Janata Party, because earlier on, everything where state elections were concerned were run from the High Command. Now you see, maybe because the lack of strong leadership at the center, you see a lot of regional satraps and strong regional leaders coming in and making their mark, like Mr. Gehlot, and you have Mr. Kamal Nath, who are running this election on their face. However, the BJP, who at that time used to have a lot of strong regional leaders, is now practically doing what the Congress did earlier, having one person where, one election, one man.
Yeah, so essentially it all is boiling down to the fact that the Modi fetches a premium in Lok Sabha elections as well as state elections. So even if you go by Sanjay Ji's number itself, the CSDS number, 31% voters voted for BJP because of Modi in 2019. And that amounts to 8.5 crore votes. As per India Today Mood of the Nation C Voter Survey latest, 44% voters of the BJP are voting for the BJP because of the Prime Minister Modi. So, of course, he has acquired a cult status, and today, whatever victories in the national elections or in the general elections is largely happening on account of Modi, because the lead which the BJP enjoyed over UPA in 2009 was just 11 crore votes. So 80% of that lead is on account of the Modi factor. So now there's one person. Now we come to state elections. In state elections, the local candidate becomes important. That's why we see that in Madhya Pradesh, the BJP has announced 78 candidates, because on the face of the PM or the CM, only around 20% people voted in 2018, 40% in the name of the candidate, and around 35% in the name of the party symbol, which means they were the loyal voters. Now, in Rajasthan, there is already a trend of government changing every 5 years. And while there is a lot of hype about Vasundhara ji, a C voter survey shows that 33% voters want new faces, and Modi is fairly popular there. So they are going by the tried and tested formula of 2014 to 23, wherein wherever BJP has been in opposition, they have never declared a CM face. Modi is the super CM. He asks votes for people in his name. He's also said in elections, forget the candidate in rallies, and wins elections, and then appoints a person who will be the custodian of Modi sort of and run the state. But in states where the BJP is in power, what happens, like Haryana or Jharkhand or Himachal or Karnataka, and even that is likely to happen in Madhya Pradesh, is that the people cannot ignore the performance of the chief minister. That's of the paramount importance. That's why they lost in 2018 in all the three states, because the performance of the chief ministers was not that great. So Modi realizes, or BJP realizes this, and that is why they have different strategies in different states. In Rajasthan, largely Modi led, but in MP, it's a combined leadership led. Modi plus Shivraj plus these 7 MPs, etc.
All right, okay. It's a catch-22 situation then, Syed Zafar Islam. You might have the Prime Minister on the ticket to liquidate or neutralize the anti-incumbency, especially in a state like Madhya Pradesh, but at the cost of stemming and curtailing, or at the lack of nurturing your local regional leadership, which you would pay the price of in the long run. The Congress surely did.
Well, during the Gujarat election, I heard everyone in Congress saying, every spokesperson or their leaders was saying that there is an anti-incumbency after 27 years. I'm sure that they know the result. What was the outcome? The best result ever by Bharatiya Janata Party, ever in the history of Gujarat. We could win 156 seats. That nobody had projected, and predicted that we would win 156 seats. Likewise, in Madhya Pradesh, Mr. Soz was talking about that 5-0. I think I don't know on what basis he is making this kind of statement, but heart to heart he knows that BJP will comfortably win Madhya Pradesh, BJP will comfortably win in Rajasthan, and BJP will comfortably win in Chhattisgarh and other 2 states as well. But let them speculate, but they also know heart to heart that what will be the final outcome. BJP will have a massive victory in all the upcoming state elections.
In your heart, you know exactly what's the result going to be, as your co-panelist Syed Zafar Islam says. But it is backed with numbers somewhere down the line, Salman Soz, and you heard Mr. Tiwari give them out.
So, it seems like Zafar Bhai is very comfortable in his, confidence that they're going to win everywhere. But the fact of the matter is that no matter which independent analyst you talk to, no matter what the reports are, forget Congress Party's internal reports. What the way the wind is moving, the way the wind is blowing, there is absolutely zero chance, that they can win Chhattisgarh. We are winning that very easily. We're winning Madhya Pradesh. You will see, because all these ministers and MPs coming in, people can smell fear in politics. People can smell fear. The public knows what is going on. They're going to be defeated. And by the way, if Shivraj Singh Chauhan is like a co-fighter here, along with Mr. Modi, why did Mr. Modi not mention him during his recent speech in Madhya Pradesh? Because they're ashamed of their record. They know they cannot win with him. Now, Rajasthan was the battle which I thought sometime back, everybody said that this was going to be, one time Rajasthan, BJP wins, one time Congress wins. And that seemed like the story a few months back. Now the story's totally changed. By the way, wasn't BJP supposed to be the big fighter in Telangana? What happened to BJP there? Why are they no longer in the contest? Because they're out. In Mizoram, they were not really a factor. So BJP is going to be zero. Zafar Bhai can be comfortable, but we are confident, supremely confident, that they are not going to win a single state in these 5 elections. Then we can talk about the Lok Sabha.
All right. Okay. Sanjay Kumar, I want to bring you in. Okay. I want to bring you in.
No, I think, Preeti.
Go ahead.
Preeti, just small intervention. I think I would only request Mr. Salman Soz that you must go back, do a back testing, hear all the statement made by your leaders and spokesperson during elections in Gujarat, and then you will get to know what
but then
exactly
maybe you should. Why do you only talk about Gujarat? Why don't you talk about Karnataka? I don't understand. Zafar Bhai, you jump from Gujarat, you jump to Madhya Pradesh, and you forget Karnataka, you forget Himachal Pradesh.
All right, okay.
I'm saying that every year we were talking about 27 years, 27 years. There is no anti-incumbency. There was absolutely no anti-incumbency there. There is no anti-incumbency
Mr. Sanjay Kumar
here.
and Mr. Tiwari. Thank you. I appreciate the calming down a bit. But Sanjay Kumar, to bring you in on this, it's one, you have a Syed Zafar Islam who says that deep inside heart we all know that it's going to be the BJP. You have Mr. Soz say the wind is blowing. We are going to stick our head out and see where the wind is blowing to actually know what's going on. But Sanjay Kumar, where at least Madhya Pradesh was concerned, where these tickets have been given out, the 39 of them, the second round out. Even if a deep dive in terms of just the caste calculation, it's been smart. It's tactical. You've got a solid representation where the OBC is concerned with the likes of Mr. Patel and other leaders. You've got a Tomar, which represents the Rajputs. You have a Mr. Kulaste, who will represent the tribal vote. So in that sense, do you reckon it's smart calculation by the BJP?
I would say it is a smart calculation in the sense BJP doesn't want Shivraj Singh Chauhan to be projected as the chief minister, and if you don't project the sitting chief minister as the chief ministerial candidate, there are chances of bickering within the party. And if you already field 7 or 8 heavyweights of the party already on the ground, they're already on the ground. So such differences or bickerings which might arise would be minimized. So, and you already mentioned about the caste composition of these 7 or 8 MPs who are going to contest elections. Some of them are the ministers. So if you look at the caste composition, it looks like it is also a clever move, because you want to balance out, you want to send out a message to the OBC community, you want to send out message to the Rajput community and to different communities of voter. So I think in that sense, if you look at these couple of points or these couple of issues, I think it is from BJP's point of view, it is a good move. It is a strategic move.
Right. Okay, Mr. Soz, you want to come in? Then I want to cut across to Mr. Tiwari. Mr. Soz, very quick.
Yes. Just a quick question to Mr. Sanjay Kumar. I mean, he seems to think this is a good move, but by not talking about your incumbent chief minister, aren't you sending a signal to the people of Madhya Pradesh that you have no confidence in him? If you do not have any confidence in your chief minister, why should they vote for your party that he has been leading for so many years?
Mr. Kumar, that question was for you, sir.
No, that is why I said from BJP's point of view it is a good move,
right?
Because I think BJP has made up the mind that they don't want to project Shivraj Singh Chauhan as the chief minister. And if you have already made up your mind, the party high command has made up the mind they don't want to project Shivraj Singh Chauhan as the chief minister. What is the counter? What is the counter narrative you have to build?
Now, what's the counter narrative?
In that respect, it is a good move.
Okay,
I'm not saying it's a good. I'm not saying it's good politics. It's a bad politics. Party should not be fielding, central minister to contest an MLA seat. Party should not be fielding sitting MPs to contest an MLA seat. This is a very bad politics.
Okay, bad politics, but smart tactical move. The jury is out on that. But Amitabh Tiwari, now with what we've discussed, let's look at the state of Madhya Pradesh. Do you reckon the Congress would be able to still keep the election local, regionalize the election with the face of a Kamal Nath? Because here, it's not just you have a Narendra Modi who's on the ticket in Madhya Pradesh, but there are changes made, tactical changes that we've spoken of, which is multi-layered. You're on mute, sir.
So since 2018, I think that's a big change of strategy from Congress's perspective, because last time there was a combined leadership, 3 leaders were contesting or were in the race for the CM, and the party was largely focusing on local issues. Even Rahul Gandhi was largely kept out of the campaign, if you recall, because they did not want it to make a personality contest. But this time what has happened is that Congress has fallen into the trap of a personality contest by sort of projecting Kamal Nath as the chief ministerial face, because they see that Shivraj is not in a strong position or does not enjoy the confidence of the top leadership of the BJP. So why not make it a presidential contest? So Kamal Nath is a Hanuman Bhakt, etc., we see. But then what happens is that wherever Congress has defeated BJP in the last 9 years, they have never declared a CM face in all the states, including last time Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh, and MP, Himachal, Karnataka, Jharkhand, wherever. Now, it sort of is a weakness of the party in this election, because for an incumbent, it is very difficult to run a seat-by-seat election, because it's like admitting that your leadership has failed. And that is where the Congress capitalized in Karnataka, Himachal, and last time in the 3 states. But by this time making it sort of a presidential contest, Kamal Nath versus who, because there is no CM candidate per se in BJP, it runs the risk of moving away from local issues.
Okay. So
and that is, I think, a weakness for the party in this election compared to the last election.
All right, okay, a challenge for the Congress to still keep it local, regional. They managed to do it in Karnataka. The Prime Minister was still on the ticket, but like we pointed out right in the beginning of the show, a very, very different landscape where it comes down to the Hindi heartland. Appreciate all 4 of you gentlemen for joining us. Thank you. We're going to keep a keen eye on all developments and continue to keep sticking our head out to see exactly which way the wind is blowing in either of the states.